Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about the Japanese Pikachu McDonald's promo card. And welcome back to the world of chaos, where everything is hyped and the bubble seems to be there. While meanwhile, it somehow feels real because I think that a lot of people like Pikachu, and who doesn't like a free meal when you buy the card, which is how this event feels for me. According to the news from a while ago, there are supposed to be 3 days where these Pikachu cards, as you can see on the screen, will be given out in McDonald's in Japan when you order a Happy Meal, which is the kids' meal. In case you don't know, somehow, according to another notice, apparently all cards are already given out today, which is like within 1 day of this event. So it is like McDonald's have this notice, but some people are guessing whether there will be a restock to the McDonald's in the future. Otherwise, it kind of feels like the event falls short. At first, I was planning to be looking out at how many cards there are and the prices of these cards, and maybe making a purchasing decision by the end of the event, or like at least on the second day after the price seems to be stabilized. But apparently, as I look at the charts, look at all the different sites, I can get my hands on some Pikachus in the afternoon of Japan, probably around 2 or 3 o'clock in Japan time. And I believe Japan is GMT +9, so you can convert it to your own time and see what time it is for you if you are looking at these things. And it looks like the price has already bottomed out, and there are Japanese shops already purchasing these cards at a higher price than I have seen on the online stores. So, seeing this situation, I decided that I'll just go and buy a few Pikachus, because what harm is that? Every Pikachu pack from this event has got 2 cards. You will always get the Pikachu itself, and there are also a few more variety for you to choose from. So, which brings to another thing. While there are a lot of Pikachus roaming around, since there will be one in every pack, it feels like people can always like Pikachu more. And I really like this card because Pikachu is cute, and I kind of wish we got a full art for it, and like an AR for this Pikachu, and we can have more starter Pokemon. Also staring at the burger, or just having fries, having some other food. In this series, for the other Pokemon that's not a Pikachu, they can look a bit more McDonald-like. For now, there is Route, Riolu, Springerito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley as the 5 other cards you can pull from these packs. But then they don't look very McDonald-like, other than the McDonald's stamp itself, which I think can use some more creativity, or at least give us a full Pikachu. Otherwise, I still like this Pikachu, and this is going along with this event, but I don't think the toys are getting a lot of hits. Not a lot of people are caring about the toys. So I don't know. But for me, I'm not a big toy collector. I just like the cards. Probably like a lot of you guys. I really think that there will be a lot of these cards. There are guesses that most of the shops, that most of the McDonald's are receiving 1 case of these cards. People can try to guess how many cards there will be. There are no clue whether every shop actually receive only 1 case of these Pikachus. There is a purchase limit for these cards. I think that the limit is every person can get 5 meals per order. So in theory, you can get 5 Pikachu packs every time you buy. I saw from threads and other places where people are lining up in a McDonald's starting from 5 a.m. and they did a 2-hour wait before they can get their hands on some Pikachu. So there are Pikachus out there, and if you are looking to get some, I would still look at the situation for a few more days. I have been seeing people reselling these Pikachu cards, which I think it is not such a bad thing, because for people like me who are not in Japan, or even if you are in Japan, do you want to line up for 2 hours? I know that they have stopped the online orders and the usage of the self-serving coins during this rush hour, in order to make sure everyone actually only get limit of 5 instead of putting in an order again and again, which I think is a good thing. And I think that hopefully no one is wasting food. 5 meals per person is like fine. I think that Happy Meals are like pretty small serving size. If you are from US, I'm pretty certain you guys can eat everything. You can probably finish 10 Happy Meal from Japan on your own, because like I've been to the States, you guys meals servings are like massive, and I can't even finish a thing on my own, even though I'm a pretty big guy, and I still can't finish a thing. So if you are visiting Japan and you lucked out and already had your 5 Happy Meals, you probably may be full, if that's enough for you, without getting a snack. Otherwise, in terms of cards, I think that I like these Pikachu a lot. And I think that it is pretty funny how when things are new and hot, other people like them very much, and they hate on people who buy a ton of them and sell it, which maybe that's not the best for the game if everyone is just there selling the cards, but eventually it is going to end up in collectors' hands. And like, do you want to, like I just mentioned, do you want to line up for 2 hours to get your hands on 5 Pikachus, or do you want to just spend the money and get the Pikachu? I think that if you have kids, maybe it is frustrating that you can't get these cards from McDonald's, but there are still a lot of ways to enjoy this hobby. And you, like, if your kids really want the cards, I suppose they can learn to get up earlier so they can line up for the cards. It may or may not be the kind of experience you want in this hobby, but if a hobby is popular, then I think it is very hard to limit this kind of activity. In the end of the day, as we always say, if a card is easy to obtain, pretty common, and worth nothing, no one really wants it. Think about your common cards, or even the basic holo rare cards in your packs, where no one wants them. Everyone throws them into the bulk pile, even though some of the arts are pretty impressive. For now, during this bull cycle, I think most people care about the promo stamp and cool art for sure, but like the rarity is quite a bit of why something is popular. People like something they can talk about, and for others to react to. So expensive card, 2 Pikachu cards, people lining up in front of stores, McDonald's or whatever to get their cards are like just the right thing for exposure. Anyway, in the end of the day, I hope that people can manage to get their hands on some Pikachu, even though there may be a lot of these Pikachus around. For collectors, you can't have enough Pikachu. Like, we aren't even talking about people who like to collect multiple cards, or people who are trying to grade these cards. I think that if you are a collector, you can buy these cards for cheap. I think that one of the reasons these are at the current price is because today, like, on when I'm recording this video, we are in the first day of this Pikachu thing. I think a lot of stores or people are buying these up in order to see whether some of these can be graded with PSA, ARS, or like those kind of things, and trying for the peak condition and to get their hands on a nice copy. After everything is greened, if you are just a collector, you just want a piece of this card for your kids or something, you can just buy some of this card for a lot cheaper, since yeah, they may not be perfect cards, but there are a lot of cards that don't need to be perfect to be enjoyed. And if your kids want a Pikachu from McDonald's, they can get a cheaper card that may be grading a PSA 9, which can be pretty nice too. Probably the centering is not that perfect, or the edges are not the cleanest. Kids can still enjoy different cards, and if you are just putting a card into a binder, why do you care about a PSA 10 copy when you don't care about grading or having the perfect card? As people who like to enjoy cheap cards say that this is about the nice art, and nice art does not really mean a perfect condition. If the front of the card is nice, centering is fine, I think that you can be enjoying this hobby too. You may not be able to get everything you want the moment it is out or whenever you want, but I think that there, like, I really think everyone can get their hands on a Pikachu if they really want to. But in the end of the day, it is up to you to decide whether you like this Pikachu enough. For me, I'm going to have some packs. I am debating whether I will open those packs for the Pikachu itself to put into my binder, or I'm going to just hold the packs and see what happens, knowing that I have a Pikachu inside, except the condition is unknown because I haven't freed Pikachu from the pack. But just to warn you, even though some of these packs may come sealed and you can't see the card, there is, in theory, no one is able to know how the condition is. There is a chance that these conditions are really bad, because sometimes in the case they get transport from Pokemon Japan to the McDonald's, and the boxes are the cases are opened so that the people working in the McDonald's can take out the cards and distribute them. Some of these cards will be put onto the trays, some put into takeout bags, and some goes to kids, and they may not be in the best condition, even though you may be able to find them sealed. I'm not sure whether there's a case I want to talk to you about, which I'm not sure whether it is a factory defect for sure, or it is a shipping error. There are some Taipei Pikachus which are given out when the Pokemon Center in Taipei opened, and during then there are a lot of people getting these sealed pack. I think that at that time you only have to go there in order to qualify, so you can go every day and get a ton of these Pikachus. Cars saying that there's no way these cars will be worth anything because there are a lot of these cars out there. But from what we see today, people really like their Pikachu, even though it is just a rare card with a holo. There is no full art, no AR. People still like their Pikachu. So that's what I'm thinking about for this Pikachu. There are a lot of this Pikachu, but I believe that there are more people who like Pikachu out there than the total number of these cards, let alone those for the PSA 10. So if you want this card, you can see how much you like this card and whether that's an amount of money you are willing to spend. Otherwise, yeah, I am just going to sit in the sideline bring my popcorn and watch the chaos, because people like rare cards, people like chaos, and people like drama too. So this is your dose of drama for today. Hopefully you still enjoy Pokemon and will be back with me with some more Pokemon videos later. Bye.